Namaste, namaste, namaste. For a change, I thought I will do this session in this just a general talk in English. I was looking around for good content on Rudram. To some extent, the Sanskrit channel has some decent content or a good content rather. Most of the others, when we look for the significance or the meaning of Rudram, there is not a lot of good resource. One of the reasons could be it is quite complicated to understand. Um, but here is my perspective. Here is my perspective. People talk about how Rudram will impact at various levels and all that, which is all true. But first thing we need to understand is the concept of Rudra or the idea of Rudra. Who is this Rudra? Why should we chant Rudram? And why is it chanted in many of the auspicious occasions? So that understanding, if we can develop, then we have a better appreciation of this absolutely stunning composition called Sri Rudram. So, as many of us know, uh, Sri Rudram has two portions, popularly known as the Namakam and the Chamakam. Namakam is an attempt to bow down to that supreme energy called Rudra. And Chamakam is an attempt to ask for or plead for our desires. Desires that come in a variety of forms. Desires related to body, mind, uh, the intellect, and the soul, or whatever we call it, Atma. At all levels, there are desires that we have, the desires to perform karma and all that. Before we ask for desires, we give me 1 second. I'm just logging into my system. Yeah. Before we ask for desires, we need to take His blessings. We need to please the uh, great Lord. So, Namakam is an attempt to please that great Lord. Give me 1 second. I am almost there. I was looking for something actually. Where is it? Anyway, so if you were to understand the first aspect that we need to understand is the idea of Rudra. Who is this Rudra? So I had made some notes here, so I was just accessing those notes. So first question is, who is Rudra? What is Rudra? Rudra is that violent energy that we see around us. The violent energy, the turbulent energy that makes a roaring sound is Rudra. For example, it could be the waves in the ocean, it could be the volcano that is inside the Mother Earth, or it could be the tornadoes or the storms that we see around. It is the emotions within us. It is the passion that we have within us. All these things are symbolically represented by this concept of Rudra. In general, the definition of Rudra comes from Rodati, Rodayati, iti Rudra. Roditi or Rodayati, iti Rudra. Rudhiram Dravayati, iti Rudra. These are the two Sanskrit definitions of what Rudra is. That which makes us roar from within, cry from within, or that which cries the world symbolically, that when the earth cries or shouts, makes that loud trembling in the form of a thunder, that is Rudra. So, Rudhiram Dravayati. It is the one which is the explosion of energy. It is that which makes the blood flow. That energy that makes the blood flow is Rudra. Many of us interchangeably use the words Rudra and Shiva. They are actually non-different. Only difference is when Shiva takes the form of a peaceful meditative self, he is Shiva. When the same Lord takes the form of a not violent but a more agile form, then he becomes Rudra. When Rudra is there, no one goes near. He just takes over the world. So Shiva is the one who creates the auspicious. Shiva also means auspiciousness, bliss, friendliness, being gladful, benign, etc. Rudra means terrible, horrible, dreadful, roaring, etc. etc. So they are contrasting in nature, in a way, but they are the same aspect. In our mind, within our mind, Rudra is manifested in many ways. One of them is Manyu. Manyu is that anger or the emotion, high level of emotion that we experience once in a while. So, one of the ways we celebrate Rudra is by recognizing that he is the one who is exciting or uh, uh, instigating or lightening the mind. So, if we want to take control of the mind, then we need to seek the blessings of Rudra. If we are to meditate, for Shiva to be Shiva, he has to hold the Rudra back. Similarly, if we are to perform any calm activities, if we are to do practice meditation, Rudra becomes, we have to make friends with Rudra. Second question, why is it called Rudra Prashna? So Sri Rudram is also called Rudra Prashna. Prashna, many of us directly translate Prashna into questions. Prashna means inquiry, or it is the investigation, it is the examination. So anything that becomes a subject of inquiry is Prashna. Prashna also means a short section or paragraph of something is a Prashna. So Rudra Prashna is where we are inquiring or examining or exploring the idea of Rudra. Prashna also means demanding something from someone. So here it comes from the root word prash. If we were to take it from the root word prash, it also means consuming or devouring. Taking something, eating something is also is coming from prash. So Rudra is that energy which consumes everything. So in that sense. So, but in general, Rudra Prashna is the inquiry process, the whole idea of exploring or understanding this concept of Rudra. That's one. And we all know that Sri Rudram has two portions, the Namakam and the Chamakam. Namakam is an attempt to pacify Rudra. Chamakam is our demands to the pacified Rudra. So that is Namakam and Chamakam. Rudra is both the Namakam and Chamakam are split into Anuvakas. Rudram, Namaka has 11 Anuvakas and Chamakam has 11 Anuvakas. What are these 11 Anuvakas? First of all, what is Anuvaka? Vak means speech. Anuvak means Anu is a prefix that is used to indicate that which goes along with, or by the side, or subordinate of, according to. These are the meanings that Anu will provide to a word that it prefixes with. So Vak is that which follows the Vak, is the Artha. Or here, Anuvaka is a passage of profound statements, is a passage of statements. So Anuvaka also means a section, a passage of statements, or repeating or reciting. Anything that is repeated or recited is Anuvaka. So that is the Anuvaka. Now there are 11 Anuvakas. For this is the reason I opened my blog page. In Srimad Bhagavatam, in 3rd canto, chapter 12, shloka 8, 9, 10, 11 and after, beautiful description of Rudra. There is a beautiful description of Rudra. Savairuroda devanam purvajo bhagavan bhavaha namani kurume dhatas sthanani cha Jagadguru. That is the statement where Rudra is crying. Rudra is created by Rudra comes out of Brahma, and he starts crying. He starts asking Brahma, "Give me a name. You have given me birth. Oh, Brahma, give me a name. A teacher of the universe, designate a name and place for me." So Brahma, the all-powerful Brahma, says, "Iti tasya vachah padmo bhagavan paripalayan abhyadha abhyadabdhyardraya draya vachama rodhistat karomite." Don't cry, do not cry, do not shout, do not roar. I will certainly do as you desire, is what Brahma says. And then Brahma says, Yada rodhihi surashreshta sodvega iva balakaha tatsatvam abhidhasyanti namna rudra iti prajaha. One nimsha, just a minute. I'm unable to see, so I need my specs to see the text here. Even the specs doesn't work. Anyway, that's okay. I am unable to read from the text here. So Brahma says, you will be called Rudra by all the people because of you, this roar of yours, this cry of yours, you will be known as Rudra. And then he says, you will reside in the heart, the senses, the air of life, the sky, the air, the fire, the water, the earth, the sun, the moon, and austerity. Indra, Hridindraya, Hridindrayanya Suryoma Vayuragnirjalam Mahi Suryaschandras Tapaschaiva Stananyagre Kritanite. So where can one find Rudra? You can find Rudra in one's heart. You can find Rudra in one's senses. You can find Rudra in the prana. You can find Rudra in the akasha, in the Vayu, in the Agni, in the Jala, in the Bhumi, in the Surya, in the Chandra, and also at the end, Agre Krithanija. And in the austerities that we perform, in all the activities where we perform, we can find Rudra. If you counted this, there are 11. So, Hridaya, Indriya, Prana, Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apa, Prithvi, Surya, Chandra, Achara. In 11 places, you will find a place. And in each of these places, he has a name. Manur Mahinaso Mahashiva Ritadvajaha Ugrareta Bhavah Kalo Vamadevo Dhrutavrataha. So in these different places, you will be called by different names. Rudra will be called as Manu, Mahinasa, Mahan, Shiva, Rithadvaja, Ugrareta, Bhava, Kala, Vamadeva, and Dhritavrata. What are these? We will look into the meanings of these later. And when Rudra is created, along with Rudra is his consort who is created. Consort is double quote wife, what we call. So, Dhir Dhritir Rasa Loma Cha Niyutsar Parilambika. I am unable to read, and I am unable to see without my glasses. I am sorry about that. Niyutsar Pirilambika Iravati Svadha Diksha Rudranyo Rudrate Striyaha. So, he takes the same Rudra, will have his consort in the form of Parvati. She comes in the form of Dhi, Dhriti, Rasala, Uma, Niyut, Sarpi, Ila, Ambika, Iravati, Swadha, and Diksha. These are the different forms in which the Lord, which is Rudra, manifests. He also manifests in the form of Prakriti. So, Manu in Hridaya and in the form of Dhi. Manu, Dhruti, and in Indriya. Mahinasa and Rasala in Asu. Mahan, Uma, Vyoma. These are all the different links that you will see between Rudra, Parvati, and the place where you can find, or the location of where you can witness Rudra. Now, Namaka has 11 Anuvakas, as we saw, and Chamakam has 11 Anuvakas. Anuvaka 1 of Namaka focuses on Manyu, Dhi, and Hridaya. There are 16 mantras, and here there is an attempt to focus on the explosive energy of Rudra. There are other Anuvakas that I will try to explore tomorrow, where we need to understand why these Anuvakas are 11. There are 11 Anuvakas because there are 11 forms of Rudra. There are 11 locations of Rudra. So 11 Anuvakas in Namaka and Chamaka talk about these 11 places or 11 forms of Sri Rudra. Let me take a break here and come back tomorrow again, and we will look at how is Rudra recited, what are the different Anuvakas, and what do the individual Anuvakas focus on. We will look into that tomorrow. Okay, wonderful. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna.